Top.
Wish that I was on a rocky top down in the Tennessee hills.
See, I'm playing the right version. First time in school history that the Volunteers are number one in baseball.
Still a lot of season left, though.
It is, but when you sweep the number one team on the road, you deserve the number one slot.
Is it baseball season? I haven't even looked yet. And we ain't got through with basketball. Now it's baseball season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For me,
Basketball season just started.
We're down to the Final Four. Do we
I think
have
it's spring football? Is what it is.
Do we have updated
starts Saturday.
odds? Or updated standings? Do we have that? Okay, all right. Let me put a pin in that. I did go to Auburn over the weekend, and it was scrimmage number one. Was not able to attend scrimmage number one, although I did ask around while I was down there. Coach,
last time I was down there, they tried to get rid of him the next day.
Coach Harson had this to say Friday night, and it is basically an injury update after scrimmage number one in the books.
Yeah, we're working on it. We'll see. The one thing is we're trying to find returners. That's a part of spring. You know, who are those guys going to be? He's been on kickoff return. Now we're looking at punt return. Var's not out there right now getting the work. He had a hamstring, so he's not out there getting that in. You got Jay Fair out there getting some work in there. Nehemiah Pritchett's got some work in there. Tavares Dawson is a guy that's done it. A few guys right now, just so you guys are aware, J.J. Evans, so he's out right now. He had a little cleanup on his knee, so that's going to be about 8 weeks. Jarquez Hunter had a little cleanup on his leg there, so that'll be probably about 8-10 weeks for him as well, and it was time to do it. Obviously Nick Brahms isn't out there. We know Zach Calzada's not able to do the live work. He can scrimmage, or he can do practice, just not the live scrimmage work. We can't chance it. He's still got his shoulder. Brandon Council is healing. We'll have him back in the summer. Keandre Jones had a little tweak the other day, but should be back and be able to finish out spring practice. Austin Troxell isn't going, but he looks good. Just a few of those guys. But, yeah, Tank, all of our guys, somehow, some way, we're going to have our guys that have played somewhere on special teams. At least one of them in there. And so Tank's, getting a few reps back there.
Man, it's hard to tell nowadays because you don't go live.
Yeah.
Until really the season. Until you get a guy that you get a lot of them practicing back there, so maybe you get to find the right guy because it can lead to a victory. I mean, kick returns are huge. Any kind of return, special teams are huge, and when you win special teams, usually all you have to do is win one other, and you got it. That's offense or defense.
Coach Harson was asked specifically about Calzada.
Yeah, it's going to be after spring. They're going to keep him in the brace. So, he wants to, and he can spin it now. So he's been out there, and that ball jumps out of his hand. He stands back there, and he's getting every mental rep he can possibly get. And I know it's killing him. You can see it in his eyes, right? He wants to compete. He wants to play. He feels like he can. But we're not going to put him in a situation where that's going to slow down the progress of his healing. But he's doing everything he can to get every mental rep in the meetings, paying attention. So come summertime, we get into those player run practices. He'll be ready for that. And then come fall camp, he'll get his reps. He'll be full go, and we'll see where he's at. So he's done everything he could possibly do at this point.
The old mental rep.
No, well, I'm going to tell you something. You can hear in his voice he's excited about having the guy on campus. and the way he spins the ball, as he says. I've been saying it the whole time. I can't believe he left Texas A&M. I think that is the best recruit Auburn got is actually a quarterback that's beating Alabama. I think it's huge. I can't understate that. That they have a guy that has overcome the mental part of beating Alabama, and it is sometimes mental.
Yeah.
And he made some on that last drive. He made some hell of a throws, and listen, he was taking some licks. Now, I mean, he was hurt. When he got hurt, I was, the poor guy. But wasn't crying though, because I thought we were going to win the game at that point because he was hurt. He came out.
Yeah, every time he came out of the tent, he was better.
Yeah, well, they get the magic juice over there. So, but I mean, I just think it's the big, by far. I mean, I think it's the biggest portal get for Auburn, and maybe the best recruit they have. Now they got to get him healthy though, so he's not healthy. Sounds like they have a lot of guys that are just nicked up. Whatever. You define that he's nicked. What does that mean? I mean, you need a anyway.
A nick indicator?
Yeah, what's nicked up? But, once a guy proves that he can do it, spring practice should be an opportunity to get better. But sometimes that's physically better if you're playing so much. The spring was always it's time to heal, really. I try to get as many mental reps as I could get.
It's been very well documented how the few snaps you took during the springtime.
I think I missed a spring game. I'm not sure I missed a couple. I love the scrimmages. I
love the honesty.
Yeah,
I love the honesty.
Well, I mean, I was beat up. But I never missed a game.
That's all that matters. Show up for the games.
Yeah,
show up on time.
Heck, a lot of times I was more than hurt. I shouldn't have been out there. I wouldn't. If I knew a kid was hurting, I would never have put him out there.
256-576-4977. That is the telephone number. Incidentally, since Wes mentioned it, it is still basketball season. So there is a story from CBS Sports. A bettor turned a $25 wager into $43,000 on a 4-leg parlay, nailing all 4 teams heading to New Orleans.
That's good for him.
Her name is Laverne.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And guess what? They still made money. All the other people have turned their
right.
in and lost. So I mean, your bracket's done.
Oh yeah. Who's your champion?
I think I had Villanova in the finals, but I think I had
I had Nova.
He has give us the score, Mike.
The standings as we head into the Final Four.
I'm not going to do any music with this, but we have Wes with 37.
Ooh.
That's not good, is it?
Big Dog is with 52.
Wow.
Who?
Look at the Big Dog.
The Chad is 54.
Wow.
Tyson is at 55. I'm at 56. Bubba's at 60.
Jeez.
I can't find DeArmond, so there's a name missing. You've got
He's
64
30.
there, big buddy.
Excuse me? I've got how many?
64.
I've got 64?
Yeah, you're first on the board.
How about that?
But he's done because his team's done.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, so
That's still pretty good, though.
So I will not be in last place. I embraced the last placeness of my past reckonings.
I can't even look at my.
This is our tournament.
I had more than that at the beginning. Can you get negative after that? How can that be?
You've had 0 since the opening weekend.
How can that be?
Serious?
How can that be? If you got the Final Four were,
I thought you said you had Nova.
I have Nova.
Maybe it's in your other bracket. Did you fill
No,
out more than
no,
one?
not for them. I didn't.
Well, see, I only filled out one bracket. One bracket,
it says
period.
that your bracket is Gonzaga versus UCLA and Arizona v. Auburn.
Ooh.
It might be true. I can't keep up with which one. I have Tennessee in the other ones. I haven't even looked at those.
Well, it's baseball season.
Yeah,
up
thank
there in
goodness.
Knoxville.
Now it's baseball season.
Yeah, it's baseball season. It's baseball time in Knoxville, Tennessee.
It became baseball for most SEC schools.
Y'all see what Lane did Friday night?
No.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Did he throw out the first
I mean,
pitch again?
you said Lane like it's my buddy Lane.
Well, if anybody knows him, it's you. What did
say
Lane do?
We all should know who it is, but the Vols were in Oxford playing number 1 Ole Miss. Lane threw out the first pitch and threw a golf ball instead of a baseball.
Oh.
I bet they went nuts. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Vols won 12-0.
But that was the highlight. He was the highlight.
Did they hand over the ketchup bottle, or I guess it'd be the mustard bottle, to signify the start of the game there to Lane Kiffin? Anyway.
So I had Gonzaga, Arizona,
You had Gonzaga
UCLA.
versus UCLA and Arizona.
UCLA made a good run.
They all made good runs, but it doesn't matter. So how did I get 0 since the first thing? Because, UCLA made the
Yeah,
Sweet
they made
16.
the Elite Eight. Sweet 16, right? They were
They got
bounced.
beat.
Yeah.
I got you. That's hard.
And for all two of you that may have tuned into the Division II National Championship game, saw them the very first weekend when we were up in Missouri, and Northwest Missouri State did it again. They are back-to-back champions there for the Bears. Congratulations to them. And they just, seeing them the first weekend, that was the best team I saw all year long. And they proved it yet again, cutting down the nets there in Evansville. So congratulations to them. And we do have a bunch of, a year after no blue bloods are making it, we had some new blood with, it was basically Baylor and Gonzaga. That was the culmination of an entire season last year. And this year, we get Duke and North Carolina.
Because North Carolina.
First time ever.
Well, yeah, but they'd hung their hat on beating him for his last game.
They could do it again.
Yeah, but Duke's getting a second chance.
They could do it again.
That Love kid for North Carolina is playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
He is really good. He's fun to watch, really.
The Peacock Fever struck midnight against North Carolina. 69-49 was that final score. Kansas.
Well, Peacock Day was over.
That's right. National Peacock Day was Friday. I had no idea it was National Peacock Day.
It's over. All the build-up for Peacock Day.
Yep. Incidentally, it is National Hot Tub Day, for those of you wondering out there, for whatever that's worth.
I wonder who that benefits.
I don't know.
Hot Tub Day.
Yeah. Kansas had very little problem with the U as
they ran out of gas.
Yeah, big time. But Kansas, the only one seed left in the NCAA tournament.
But think about it. How about the ACC, who everybody said they were terrible.
We were dogging them
all year long.
We were dogging them all day long.
Oh yeah, and talking about how the guy at Auburn, what a good job he got out of. They weren't any good.
Walker Kessler.
Yeah, Kessler, and he left that program, and they weren't this or that, and then we just dogged them, and heck, they had how many they had 5. How many did they have in the 8? Of the 8, half of them, 4?
I'd have to look at a bracket to answer that specifically. Let's see here. You had, that's the women's bracket.
Well, you have Duke, North Carolina. You had Miami. And who else?
You had Duke. Also, Miami, North Carolina. That's 3 out of the Elite 8 coming from the ACC. Because Houston made a valiant run and just ran into Villanova. But heck of a run for Houston, as they were the better team. I watched every second of that Houston game Friday night, and they were just better, period. So kudos to the Cougars as they went through UAB, Illinois, and Arizona before falling to Villanova And now we all get to cozy on up for a big-time Final Four that is going to get a huge number. TBS executives are dancing down. They're going to have a grand old time down in
New Orleans.
French Quarter.
No question. The French Quarter will be the beneficiary of this. Yep. But you look all year, it was the Big Ten and the SEC, two best conferences, 0 in the Final Four. Not a sniff at it.
So you got Kansas, Villanova, and Duke and North Carolina that make up your Final Four in college basketball that will culminate this weekend. And then next weekend, we will have coverage for you yet again. I think this is the only event that I can say, I've been here since we turned the lights on this radio station. This is the one event that we have done year in and year out consistently, without question. The Masters is back here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, and we'll have full coverage for you that full weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Not this weekend, but next weekend at Augusta National. And incidentally, did talk to Steve Sands from the Golf Channel, and he is going to join us to give us a little bit of a Masters preview this week because he's a little busy next week. So we're also going to hear from Coach Nick Saban coming up tomorrow on this subject of our schedule this week. Well, tomorrow we're at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill for Pedro's Authentic Mexican Feast. And, oh, by the way, Tom Abraham, he'll be on the road tomorrow up at the Ledges for Media Day for the Huntsville Championship. That'll be from 10 to noon. We'll also be at Woody Anderson Ford on Wednesday from 5 to 7, then at Baumhauer's on Thursday before we get ready for what is the final weekend of Huntsville Havoc hockey on the regular season schedule, as the Havoc are the 2 seed right now in the SPHL. They'll welcome in the Fayetteville Marksmen. Friday night will be a Zone 4 only. You need to download our app, so tune in on Friday night for Zone 4. And then Saturday night, it'll be over the airwaves following Alabama, Texas A&M baseball, because it is baseball season, Wes. We will have Havoc hockey for you Saturday night over the airwaves right here of 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When does the Major League kick it off?
That would be April 7th, a week from Thursday.
And the minor leagues are kicking off earlier?
Oh, when do the Trash Pandas start? I don't know that answer. Usually the majors start, but with opening day was supposed to occur, I think, this week. But it did get backed up because of the CBA. Anyway, we've got college baseball covered for you, as well as the SEC baseball tournament coming up at the end of May as well, right here for you on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So plenty to get to, plenty of headlines to get to as well. And did you watch any of the Oscars last night, or everybody seems to be talking about that one event?
Who cares?
That was kind of my...
I'm not even sure he really slapped him. Go watch the tape.
You don't think he slapped him?
It was weak.
Weak sauce?
Yeah, no, yeah. It's close. And he's kind of snickered. I watched a tape of it, and I'm not sure he hit him. If he hit him, he didn't hit him hard. And it's stupid anyway. Who cares? I mean...
out of everything I've heard about that...
It's not a sport.
Out of everything I've heard about that ridiculousness last night, I think my favorite thing I heard came out of Drew Yarman's mouth this morning when he said he was auditioning to play the role of Juwan Howard in an upcoming movie special.
Oh, man, Juwan Howard made it up for it by hugging that boy while he's crying.
Yeah. Tennessee, that would be Kennedy Chandler.
That'd be one of them. I've been hugging on him for 11, 12 years now.
Lord have mercy.
If you'd like to join in the fun, you
Is
can
it
do
longer
so.
than that? How long is it? When's the last time Tennessee beat Alabama? How long ago was it?
Ooh.
Why?
Because y'all are number one in baseball. I was trying to talk about football.
There's a Twitter account for that.
Yeah, I know it. What's it? What is the? I don't.
Let's just say my kids are about to turn 13, and they have not seen a ball victory.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Saban's been there how many years?
It's been since 06. Saban got there in 07, and then that was the textbooks and all that other stuff, and then it just went downhill.
I love people try to blame the textbooks on him, and he wasn't even there. That's hilarious. Oh, man. So it's 15 years?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All of it because
15 years.
Claire, my daughter, has not seen Tennessee beaten Alabama.
It's not a fun thing. It'll happen before you die, Mike. See how sweet I am?
You never know what happens in life. You might work yourself into a shoot like Will Smith did last night.
Oh, my goodness, right?
They just were celebrating WrestleMania week.
Yeah, I mean, but
Any day,
First of all,
anywhere.
you know how small that Kevin Hart is?
Yeah.
I mean, I've met him at LSU practice. I mean, he is tiny. I didn't know. He said Kevin Hart, and I didn't know who he was. But then I've listened. He's a funny guy.
Where did Kevin Hart come into this story?
Oh, is that not Kevin? Who did he slap?
He slapped Chris Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was Chris Rock.
Chris Rock's a crackhead. He's in all those movies as a crackhead. What do you want to slap Chris Rock for? I thought it was Kevin Hart. That's how I was paying attention. And Chris Rock's a little bigger. But it looks staged to me. I'm just... They trying to get everybody to talk about it because nobody's watching it anymore. Go watch the tape in slow motion. Tell me what you think. Seriously. Mike, I want you to watch the tape in slow motion.
As a big fan of professional wrestling, I can tell you that was a work, as they like to call it in the business.
Really? You agree?
I think that he sissy slapped him. But that's didn't slap him hard enough to where it's like...
The only reason I watched it is somebody told me he punched him.
No, it was open hand slap.
No, it was fake. Go watch it, please. Somebody tell me that was a real slap. I'm serious. Anyway.
I've seen it. I've seen professional wrestling. They hit harder in the ring than they do on the stage.
Yeah, that's the truth. Professional wrestling, those guys are athletes. I don't care what you say. You watch it, I mean, they're athletes. Now, is it staged? Well, yeah. Is it crazy? Well, yeah. Because, I mean, you get hurt doing that stuff. People get killed doing it. It's, I've been only one ever, but it was impressive. I mean, I couldn't.
When did you go?
It was at the furniture factory.
Oh, you went for the...
Yeah.
He went to New South, didn't he?
See, I grew up going to TBS. I went there maybe 4 times with my dad. They would tape the events.
Now, Bubba's gone all over the South. I mean, I remember he'd take his kids to...
But that's the only times I ever went. It was in this little small room that was above the CNN, where CNN used to be before they built them a big old building. Yeah. But it'd be funny because we'd walk through CNN to get to a wrestling event there on Techwood. So, yeah.
It's interesting. Anyway, very interesting. But I think it's fake.
Biggest name I ever just got to high five was Junkyard Dog. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a big day. Got to see the Junkyard Dog talk and then wrestle. So, yes. That was a big day growing up. Let's take our first time out, shall we, as we reminisce and get the slapping phase out of the show gone.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself."
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Spring has sprung with a hint of summer right around the corner. And with all the travel restrictions easing up, now is the time to consider the Lodge at Guntersville State Park for a quick, relaxing getaway. At the Lodge at Guntersville State Park, all the rooms are routinely disinfected and cleaned to the highest standard. And views across Guntersville Lake are as gorgeous as ever. It's been too long, all cooped up at home. Make plans now to spend a weekend at the Lodge or cabins or campgrounds of Guntersville State Park today. Visit alapark.com for more information.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Hi everybody, Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Outdoor season is coming. Can't wait.
Here at Brooks & Collier, neither can we. Outdoor season is also grilling season.
And we have plenty of grills and smokers in stock from Traeger, Blaze, and Big Green Egg.
There's the greenhouse, new indoor items and home furnishings as well.
Whatever it takes. Browse over 2 acres of furnishings. Can't wait.
How about you? North Alabama's indoor and outdoor living headquarters for over 75 years.
813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here with you on The Drive, 256-576-4977. That is the telephone number if you'd like to participate. Incidentally, I mentioned I was in Auburn over the weekend. It was to root on for my daughter. She was part of Science Olympiad for the middle school, but the high school-wise, it was separated between high school and middle school, and the reason I'm bringing that up is we had quite a bit of representation. The top three, number 3 was Bob Jones, number 2 was James Clements, number 1 overall was Auburn High School down there in the area, but congratulations certainly to James Clements.
At Auburn and they won.
Congratulations to James Clements and Bob Jones for being in the top 3 of the Science Olympiad. My daughter participated for Monrovia. There on the middle school side of things. Just proud of her just to participate down there at Auburn. That was a fun event to go to, and yet another reason why I'm glad there's people much smarter than I am that are doing big things. It was amazing what they were doing with catapults, and anyway, it was really interesting of an event that, frankly, I had never thought I'd cover in my life, and I got a brainiac kid dragging me to these smart rooms where I'm the dumbest person in the room, but I'm happy to do it, and it was a whole lot of fun going into Beard Eves Coliseum and going into new buildings I didn't even know existed there on campus there at Auburn. And incidentally, it was scrimmage number 1 for the Tigers, and one answer that I thought was interesting and telling was forming leaders and getting leaders on this Auburn football team for year 2 for Coach Harsin, and here's what he had to say on gaining those said leaders.
Yeah, I think just more cohesion. I think you're going to have a better team. You got guys, coaches right now. Coaches are getting a chance to talk about leadership with our guys. So that's something that through this spring, each one of our full-time coaches gets their opportunity to get up in front of the team. They get to lead the team. You get to be the head coach, talk about leadership. This is your opportunity to share what you think it is and let these guys hear from you and some examples. I think what it does is, I always think this, when leadership's needed, all right, provide it. And it can come from anybody too. And I also think that you see guys, it's not just the star players, it's other guys on the team. There's a lot of guys on this team that nobody knows that work really, really hard, and I think our players respect that. And not everybody's talking about them. They're not the people that are the ones you're asking about, but they're really important to our team. Guys appreciate that. Leaders on our team point that out. Leaders, when we're not doing something right, they point it out. There needs to be accountability. They understand that. And then guess what? Somebody listens to it. So, that's a big difference. And so if you're trying to get further and you're trying to move along and improve and get there faster, then you need to have people that will actually follow. So if somebody steps up and it's time to lead, like this isn't good enough, everybody recognizes that and said, you're right, it's not good enough. All right, let's go. Let's make it better. We've had those moments where, some teams in the past, I've been a part of teams where it's like, hey, it's the right thing and everybody said it and they don't want any part of it. Well, then you're not getting any better. And then after a while, nobody wants to say anything. If you don't have people that will follow or listen, no one wants to say anything. And then it's just one of those, like, you all know what's going on. Everybody knows it, but nobody says anything, and you just keep going about your day. And there's nothing more draining than being around that. Knowing that, like, nothing's going to change. Like, it's going to be the same thing. Oh, it happened again. No one's going to say anything, and we move on. Or if somebody says something, there's pushback on it, and it never changes, but it's something that needs to change. I don't think that's where we are right now. I think we're in a better spot. There's respect. I think there's trust. And I think the players, they really want to make progress. So if there's something that we need to do, that's where the leadership piece comes into play. And we just got guys that are willing to step up, which is something that I think is really hard for people to do, especially now. It's just, leadership isn't always popular. You got to stand up and say something. But, sometimes, like, the best thing for the team is that somebody says, hey, we got to do something better. All right, well, it's the end of practice. Yeah, you know what? We got to go do this again. That wasn't good enough. We're going to stay on our own. We're going to go out there and run all these plays by ourselves without the coaches out there because we need to do this so that we can go execute better when we get in the scrimmage. And guys actually go do that. Sometimes teams, they'll just walk off the field. They want no part of it. So it's not on film. There's no coaches out there, but those are moments where teams can improve, and so I think that's where leadership comes into play.
Is Brian Harsin on Friday after scrimmage number 1. Any thoughts on that, Wes?
I mean, he's trying to change the culture. The culture needed to be changed if they were going to go to the next level, which is win consistently every year. And that's where they want to get. And it doesn't happen by running the spread and beating, playing inconsistently game to game. It does by developing what he says is leaders and guys that'll get after it and hit you in the mouth every game, not just the big games, quote unquote, not just the games at home. All that stuff travels. To me,
how many leaders leadership forming in the spring? How much does that carry over to the fall?
Well, I think it's huge. Once you're a leader, you're a leader. You don't just quit becoming a leader. I mean, to me, it's the leaders. When everything's good, you don't need a leader. You need a leader when everything's not going good. I mean, it's easy to follow somebody that's front runner. It's the guy when everything's going bad that can step up and say, "Hey, watch me. Watch what I'm going to do. You need to do the same." Forget the last play. It doesn't matter. And when times get tough and you get tired, and winning in the fourth quarter is an art. And once you do it, it's going to happen again and again and again and again. But it's the leadership's got to get you there. Got to get through these practices, man. Man, what they're doing is tough. Unless you've done it, you really have nothing to fathom what these kids go through and how hard it is. And I just think back to that's why you got to do it when you're young, because you couldn't do it when you're our age. You never make it. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, it is grueling.
Yeah.
It is grueling, and you go from how in the world am I going to practice today when you get out of bed to stretching, and all of a sudden you get that motor running again, and there's some guys that always have it. Cornelius Bennett, man, I don't know how he practiced like his life depended on it every day. Just unbelievable. His every drill, everything was 100%. And my hat's off to the guys that can do that. Not a lot of people can do that like that, but the guys that do are going to play for a long time. Now I was called, the scrimmages and one-on-one. I mean, I did really well every time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ever not do well. It was like, I don't think I worked hard enough as I should to this day. And the coaches all told me that that's what you would feel, not just me, but a lot of people. You'll regret that one day you didn't feel good. Maybe you didn't try to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no problem blocking these guys in practice, even the good ones. But I could have perfected some other things.
And that's what bothers you?
Yeah, it bothers me.
Yeah.
Still to this day. But and to me, leadership is something that it's always developing too. I mean, I was a leader on the last 2 years I was there. First, I would even say I was a leader in my sophomore year when everything went to hell in a handbasket. I mean, we were losing games left and right. We had every game at halftime. Had a losing season, first losing season, 26 years. Didn't have a lot of other leadership on that team, and I think that was Coach Perkins' inexperience of coaching college kids, because it's different than coaching NFL guys. He did a lot of good things, though. There's no question about that. And then after that, we formed a council, a leadership council, and it was made up of juniors and seniors. And I think that's similar to what everybody's doing now. And maybe they were doing it then and he copied them. I don't know. I'm not saying Alabama did it first. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that
it was the first time you were exposed to it.
Right. I'd never heard of it.
Shutdown Man. He's on line one. How are you, Shutdown Man?
Hey, Steve. Hey, Wes. I heard you guys talking about Auburn football, and I was just looking at their schedule. I just kind of wanted to get an idea of what you, how you think they'll do in 2022. I'm just looking at the schedule and only seeing maybe 4 or 5 sure wins. Just wanted to see what you think about that, especially with all the all-season issues and stuff.
Shutdown Man, I think they're gonna. I think I'd be shocked if they have a winning season. A winning season next year, to me, year
6
2,
wins.
Yeah, 6, 7 wins is. But I don't know who they're gonna get this summer. Is the quarterback going to get healthy? Are they going to have a bunch of transfer? I don't know. It's hard to say. Where would Alabama have been last year without Jameis Winston?
Jameson
Williams.
Yeah.
Did they lose one other game? Maybe. We saw that they're not near as good without him.
Yeah.
In both the Auburn game and the. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm like you, though. I think they got a tough road to hoe.
I noticed that Alabama had a possible grad transfer or just transfer. I'm not sure if he's grad or not. An offensive lineman, Tyler Steen, a Vanderbilt starter. I noticed that he came in for a visit over the weekend. What do you think about him and the status of the Alabama offensive line? Do they need him? Do you think he's a plug-and-play guy? He gave up 2 sacks and I think 11 quarterback hurries in the last 9 games. I don't know a lot about him, but there's I just wanted to see what you thought.
Well, so I haven't watched him play. I have heard about this, though. And from our own Drew DeArmond, I understand that it's kind of one of those deals where they're going to see what they got, and if they need him, they're going to get him.
Right.
They're going to go through the spring, and my hope, my number one guy I want is the Butte from LSU.
You're foaming at the mouth for Keyshawn Butte.
Yes. Yes.
Even with his attitude issues and stuff, or does he even have that?
I don't know that he does or not. I think he has a going to class issue, which he'll have to straighten up. But I've seen the guy play, and he's one of these guys that if he gets his mind right, I don't believe anybody can cover him.
Who's your projected starters on the offensive line?
I'll know more, Shutdown Man, this Saturday. I'm going to go see them practice.
He's excited about scrimmage number 1.
Yeah, so I'll know a little bit more and be able to answer that. I think they'll be better. I'm not sure that they ever got the right 5 on the field last year. My opinion.
It seems like to me it'd be pretty sweet if J.C. Latham can move over to left tackle. Cohen gets back at left guard. McLaughlin, he looked good at center. Emil Ekiyor at right guard, and got several guys to battle it out at right tackle. It just seems like it's all laid out. I don't see a lot of stress. Just my opinion.
Well, 70 got to get better. 70 has to get more consistent. Go watch the Auburn game. You can't win with him playing like that.
Who is that again now?
What's number 70? You mentioned his name.
Cohen?
Cohen. Go watch the tape. I have. It made me nauseated on some plays, especially on 4th and 1. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea. But the Alabama almost lost the game right there. And really, if they should have got a first down really the play before. But they have room for improvement in my mind with their footwork, which I don't think they did last year very much. And maybe that's because an NFL guy is not used to coaching them on their footwork. Because when they get to the NFL, they can't play up there at all if you don't have the right footwork. So I'm not sure, but I didn't. There were a lot of things I thought that mentally they weren't all on the same page, and I think that's why when McLaughlin came in, they did so much better. He got them all on the same page, and I mean he wasn't always dominating, but he was always getting after it. It isn't always about dominating. Sometimes it's about just doing the right thing.
Thank you, Shutdown Man. Appreciate that. We'll have some news on the other side about a former LSU Tiger heading back. Just an interesting turn of events for one of the SEC's best.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer here. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is your big game headquarters all fall long. And with our new fall features, every day is game day at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Try our pregame starters, including our homemade onion strings, always fresh hot lips, and our all-new Buffalo Dippin' Chicken appetizer. Our main events include incredible chicken, fish, and shrimp selections, always featuring local Alabama Gulf seafood. And don't forget our Sunday Blitz, 11 to 6. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Hey, Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford back again to talk to you about how easy it is to make a custom factory order. Just click WoodyAndersonFord.com, hit the top banner, then start making your selections. It's really simple, and you'll end up with the exact vehicle you want. Not only is there no extra charge to custom order, but at Woody Anderson Ford, we'll take 5% off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates on the 2022 F-150, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Expedition, and Ranger. Another option for you is a certified pre-owned. We have over 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified are low mileage, gently used with great warranties. They've passed a 175-point inspection by certified technicians and come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Also, don't forget our service department is offering a free pickup and delivery when it's time for your next Ford service. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Electric cars are coming faster than you think, and that's why we're bringing SEMA Connect to Alabama.
Our team educates you and helps provide a long-term plan for your business. Where to put them, how to get them there, how to pay for them, tax incentives, service, and monitoring. We take care of everything.
Doing the right thing means bringing EV car chargers to Alabama. Let us help you with your EV charging plan.
Hi, my name is Takia, and a little thing that I love about the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is when I take a bite, it's the perfect blend from the bacon to the cheese. It's perfection.
Hey, I'm Katora, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is it kind of melts in your mouth, so you know it's creamy, cheesy, and delicious. This gooey mac makes me cheese every time.
Order dinner delivered on the Chick-fil-A app today. Delivery fee and other restrictions apply. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. For this Monday, expect a partly sunny sky. High temperatures will top out in the low to mid 60s for the afternoon. For your Monday night, a partly cloudy sky. Low temperatures falling into the mid and upper 40s for the overnight. Looks like rain will return back into the forecast on Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
When we say local, we mean local, not Birmingham.
Loser.
We are the only sports talk station in Huntsville. It's all right here. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You've got a magical glow.
There we are, winding down a Monday. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Let's come say happy birthday to Pedro tomorrow, as he'll turn a ripe old age of 1,000 tomorrow there at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. So, we were talking about leaders in the last segment. How about Tyrann Mathieu and the journey of Tyrann Mathieu, as he was in the news today as he went back to LSU to formally open up the Mathieu Players Lounge.
And for people that's the Honey Badger.
Yeah, that's the Honey Badger, one of the greatest SEC players to ever play, who was kicked off the LSU team
after his sophomore year.
I mean, what a journey for Tyrann Mathieu. He has 30 for 30 written all over him. Someone needs to do a deep dive expose on where it started, what happened in the middle, and certainly what's happening right now. It's really an incredible journey. Brian Kelly tweeted out a picture of himself and the Honey Badger. He is going to speak to the team, I believe, today, but there is also another event coming in April where people are buying tickets to see Tyrann Mathieu speak there at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. So I'd love to go see that. I really would. So kudos to Tyrann Mathieu for turning it around, getting everything right, and moving forward. And speaking of moving forward, also over the weekend, there was some cash handed out, this time to the Oklahoma State head football coach, Mike Gundy. His salary has been upped. And this really surprised me because he's been there forever. But Oklahoma State has upped his salary to $7.5 million. I thought he was already making $7.5 million.
Never won anything.
Big 12 conference.
Exactly. I mean, they haven't even been in the playoffs.
No. Helped Bama. Didn't they help Bama one year?
Yeah, by losing.
Yes.
They
lost to Iowa State.
They lost. They lost this year too. Didn't they lose to? Who did they lose to?
Baylor. Yeah. In the championship game.
Yeah.
Incidentally,
should have won that game.
Where does that rank from last year's salaries? There's a lot of changeover, but Nick Saban made $9.8 million just salary wise. Ed Orgeron made $9 million last year. Dan Mullen made a little over $7.5 million, and then Jimbo Fisher made right at $7.5 million. So roughly, Gundy is getting Jimbo Fisher money now.
Well, Jimbo has won a championship, but not where he is. But I get it. To me, if I was one of these big schools, I want to hire somebody that's either got to the Final Four, either as a coach, either as an assistant, like a coordinator, or as a head coach.
By the way,
not many out there though.
The coach that was the cheapest coach last year. We don't know about Clark Lee's salary because Vanderbilt's private. So the coach with the cheapest salary last year, I mean, you could definitely say it was a bargain for what they got out of it. Shane Beamer, $2.7 million last year.
That's not cheap.
Well, I know,
never
but
been a head coach before.
Relatively speaking, with Nick Saban, $9.8 million.
Yeah, but what has he won? Just because.
How about the bargain there for South Carolina?
What's a bargain? They haven't won anything, Steve.
Well, that they won the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
They went to a bowl.
So that makes him the best.
No, for bargain-wise,
Bargain-wise, it does?
Yeah.
2.7. What does the Duke's Mayo Bowl pay? I bet it didn't 2.7. What do you think, Mike? Somebody got to give him some arithmetic lessons.
Sam Pittman, $2.9 million last year in salary. And both Drankowitz and Heupel each got $4 million last year. Who got the better end of that deal?
Tennessee. It's not even close.
There's no doubt.
Well, I mean, if you want to put it like that, South Carolina did get a better deal. But, I mean, Tennessee ran out of money before they got to pay the refs in that damn game.
So when do you actually cross the plane of a goal line?
When the ball goes over it like it did on that play. Unbelievable. We're going to talk. But they're number one in baseball.
Yeah. Good old Rocky Top.
What's their record, Mike?
Don't know the overall record off the top of my head.
I think they've only lost one game. They are 23-1.
They've played 24 games already?
23-1 are the volunteer baseball team.
Huh. Wow. They won it. Didn't they play for a championship not long ago, though, Tennessee baseball?
In the College World Series last year.
Yeah, but way back when they were in the grade 8 or whatever down in Omaha, and then they fired the coach the next year.
We're still talking Tennessee baseball.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself."
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan